Hello and welcome to another live from me. I'm Lucy Brand, founder of the Mystic Ministry and the Central Supper Club and lucy-brand.com. And I believe the world needs more empowered, wealthy, turned on female leaders. And that's what I help you do. That's what I support women in doing, is helping them go to the next level and clearing out, releasing, letting go of blocks, mindset blocks, energetic blocks, trauma in your body. You name it, I do it. So yeah, if you'd like to work with me privately, then head on over to lucy-brand.com and let's have a chat, or DM me. Yeah, whatever platform you're watching this on, because I stream to many. Also, just to let you know that the Circle Light Movement membership is coming to a close on Sunday this week. So that's Sunday, the 11th of April, 2021. So if you do want to be a part of that, that is the most cost-effective way, shall I say, if you want to work with me or Natasha, because you're getting two for the price of one. And yeah, we're growing community, creating a movement, a global movement to shift the consciousness of the planet. And that all starts with you. It starts with you stepping up and changing your life. Just the areas that you feel aren't what you would like them to be. We will help you make them the way you want them to be, because you are a powerful creator and you create your own reality. And that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. So today's video is really for you if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling down, and coming into that, money. If you're stuck in lack when it comes to money, you're not feeling abundant, because that tends to happen. If we're feeling down, then the money can not be available, or we perceive the money as not being available to us, because the frequency of money hangs out in joy, love, fun, laughter, playfulness. That's where the frequency of money hangs out. And everything in this universe is energy, yeah? So money is just another form of energy. And if it's not coming in, it tends to be because your vibration isn't one on love and above. It tends to be maybe down in, feeling down, not good enough, guilty, shame, like those lower vibrational emotions that we as humans have, because we came to Earth to have the whole experience, not just the high vibes. We get the low vibes as well. So yeah, so if you are feeling down or stuck in a low vibration around money, the first thing I want to share with you is several years ago, when I was really not in a very good place myself, mentally or emotionally, I just was really not feeling well, and it was a real struggle on a daily basis, just to be in I don't really like the word positive, because I feel like there's a lot of toxic positive out there. So what I mean by that is where people are like, I'm so happy, but their subconscious is really not, or their body is not, and it's that pushing, which doesn't work, because it's about being. We're human beings, yeah? So it's about being in the vibration of health or joy or wealth. It's not about pushing and being so positive. I'm so positive. Even then, I'm contracting as I say those words. So I know it's not true. So trying to find the joy in life, trying to find the fulfillment in life was really challenging for me many years ago. So one of the things that I did was I gave myself a pattern interrupt, because it's the law of momentum, okay? So once you start with a negative thought, then it can breed another one, it can breed another one. And what we focus on expands. So if you're focusing on lack or negative thoughts, you're going to get the momentum, and it's going to keep going in that way. And that's when you spiral, all right? So what you need is a pattern interrupt. So for me, mine was seagulls, because I was living in Brighton at the time, and they're everywhere there. They steal your chips, your donuts, everything. So what I would do is every time I would hear a seagull, which would be quite often, I would check in with myself. What was I feeling? What was I thinking? And at the time, it normally was something very negative. and not very kind towards myself or loving towards myself. And so what I would do is I would have at least 3, maybe 4 experiences that I'd had that brought me joy, brought me love, brought me fulfillment, made me feel good, because that's it. It's all about the feelings. New paradigm's all about the feelings, no more about logic. It only gets you so far, this human brain. So it's all about the feelings. So one of my favorite ones for me was my wedding day. If you know anything about me, you'll know that me and the hubby have had 4 weddings because we love so much. Like, I love so much. And so the official one, I call it, was the one in the registry office. And there was a really small one because we wanted it to be intimate, just us, really. But on that day, when I said my vows, like, it was literally like my wings unfolded and I felt so free. Like, I can't explain it. It was amazing. I just felt so free and liberated. Something shifted inside me. And I always say this, if you look at a woman who has just been married, there's like a shift, an energetic shift that happens to her. You can see it in all the photographs. And it's really interesting. Well, I find it interesting. Every woman that I've seen get married, there's like a shift in her energy field. Something slots into place, something changes. And yeah, it can change over time, but it's just really interesting to know from my perspective, because I read people's energy. I read your body language. That's how I know things, as well as channeling. So that's the thing, you can't hide anything from me, which sometimes can be a blessing and other times can be a curse, because there's things I don't want to know about. But so what I would do is I'd grab for this thought of a positive experience that I'd had, of one that made me feel joy, one that made me feel connection, one that made me feel love, all those juicy emotions where money hangs out, but also where, you know, love and joy hangs out. And then I would reach for that experience and then I would feel it in my body. Because what that would do, it would stop my spiraling thoughts in their tracks and it would start the momentum going in the other way. Okay, and so you'd need something quite big. So for me, that day, the wedding day, like, was a big, like, I feel real joy when I feel about it. It's quite an extreme joy and fulfillment. So it stops it in the tracks, the spiraling thoughts of negativity, and we can start going the other way. And once you start collecting, I guess, that momentum going in the other way, then you keep going in the more fulfilling, the more joyful, the more happy direction. It's like a train. Train starts going in the other way, and that's what you want. And the more you keep doing the pattern interrupt, so for me it was seagulls, the more the negative spiraling gets less and less and less, because you're focusing on the positive and the more high vibrational. And so what I would do is I would just have a couple of these experiences, because at that point in my life, I couldn't vision a happier future for myself because I wasn't in that place. It was really challenging for me to get on the frequency of fulfillment, joy, laughter, fun, happiness, because I wasn't there. So, but I could go back to an experience that I'd had where I'd felt that, and then bring those feelings in and focus on that experience. And law of attraction, with the law of a momentum, so law of momentum's going in the positive vibes direction with these experiences and feeling great. The law of attraction, attract more experiences to you where you feel fulfilled, great, and happy. So I want to just link this to a conversation I had with a client today. So one of my amazing private clients, I love her to pieces. I love all my clients, they're great. But we had a conversation and we're talking about money, and the frequency of money, and she was really struggling to be in the light frequency of money. So money is really light, it's really fun, it's really playful, it's that kind of energy. And if you have your own business, or if you work in corporate, it's been a long time since I worked in corporate, so I can't really remember, but if you work in your own business, you know those clients where it's so joyful, you don't even feel like you're working. That happens to me constantly, and it's so fulfilling and it's so rewarding, and the money flows in when you're in that high frequency vibe. So maybe when you do an interview, you do a podcast interview, that's happened and it's been such a high vibe, I've called in clients from it. So that's where money hangs out, in playful joy, laughter, fun. And that's where, when you're in that zone, that's where you can be consistent in your business. That's where it's easy to keep going and build up the momentum. It's when you get bogged down and in the heavy trapped emotions of hard work and everything else, it can be a really struggle to bring money in. Okay. So trying to think of this light frequency, I gave the example of my seagull stories to get on that higher frequency. But with money, how we looked at it is, and this was channeled specifically for her because this has not come to me before, but she loves bees. I love bees too, but I'd never really thought about this before. And the way I feel of money is, money again is an energy, right? So it flows in and it flows out. And it's up to you to keep your frequency high, and your responsibility to keep your frequency high to welcome money in. So it's the higher your frequency, the more money you can receive. Okay, it's about you opening up your container to receive money on an energetic level. So what I mean by that is, if you are having negative thoughts about money, maybe you're angry with money because it's never around, that blocks it. That blocks the flow of money into your bank accounts, like literally. So it's about being open and welcome and excited and getting in that light frequency of playfulness around money. Like, I can feel it now, the frequency of money. It's very playful and light. It's on the higher vibes of love, or where lots of money, plenty of money is. And so if we think about bees go off and pollinate lots of different flowers. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you'll know one of the kind of analogies I like to give is that boundaries, which are healthy boundaries that we need to have in place to, again, be sustainable and live the life we want to, I like to look at them as flower beds, flower pots. Okay, so they're not a hard fence or a hard line, and you're just like, no, that's my boundary, that's my flower bed, don't step on those sunflowers I've just planted. Okay, that's it. And it's a soft, like feminine, soft, it's not a hard line, a hard boundary, a no, it's a soft no. Yeah, so if you look at it with bees, they go off and pollinate. And it's the same with money. Every time you invest money, again, I've done a video on don't use the word spend, because when you spend even energy, it's like done. And energy is cyclical. Money is cyclical, right? Everything goes in cycles. So when you invest or pay for something, or invest, something's the best word, invest time, money, whatever it is. When I invest something, I expect a return on my investment, whatever that might be, and however that might show up. Like, I'm not talking about just money. If I invest something, I expect a return. It's like anything. And it's just the law. It's just the way things work in cycles. So every time you joyfully and lightly and fun invest in something, I use the saying, this is one of my mantras, which you're welcome to use, all the money that I invest in myself and my business pays for itself 10 times over or more in a never-ending cycle of increase, enjoyment, fun, laughter, love, and I just make it up as I go along. So every time I pay for my groceries, my shopping, I invest in myself, I'm investing in my health. And so what I do is I imagine this money flowing off and making friends and then coming back to me in a cycle. That's all it is. And so it's the same with bees. You're the queen bee, yeah? You're the queen bee. You're in control of your own life. You are a powerful creator. So you send the bees or the money out and they go to all these beautiful flowers. So maybe one beautiful flower, and this may sound quite out there, but getting into that joyful paying for your bills and gratitude for your clean water or gratitude for the electricity. So like now I can record this video and getting into that high vibe of gratitude state, because gratitude, again, if you're on the momentum train of gratitude, oh, that opens up so many doors and possibilities for you, and law of attraction, more things to be grateful for. So imagine the bees going off and pollinating all these different things every time you invest in your water bill, every time you pay for your electricity, whatever it might be, and it pollinating and coming back and bring the bees coming back and bringing you the honey and more possibilities. There's more cross-pollination with different flowers. I don't know, for me, that's such a beautiful, vibrant visual, and just linking it to money, honey, money, honey. And that's once I shared that visual with my client, it was like, and it feels so light. It feels so fun. Got Michelle says, invest, not spend. Love that, Lucy. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Yeah, it's so, honestly, that tiny tweak, language is so important. Like I share, that it's our mind, our thoughts, our feelings in our body, and our spoken word that create our reality. And sometimes we focus on the mindset. We don't work on the energetic or the bodies or the emotions. Sometimes we might work on the emotions and mindset, but we forget the spoken word. And so it's so important. These little language tweaks make all the difference, like hugely, especially when it comes to money, because all my clients, they come to me about love and money, because that's all there is. Like, it's just, the money is the currency that we work with, and love is all there is. And relationships, everything's about relationships. And so your relationship to money, your relationship to love, well, self-love really, and that's the root of abundance, is how much you love yourself and how much you can receive, whether that be love, whether that be connection, whether that be health, whether that be money, whether that be success. It's all linked. Yes, and Michelle also says gratitude is a superpower. Yeah, totally. So yeah, I hope that helped for you today. Just, there was quite a few little nuggets in there. So if you are struggling, start with reaching for an experience where you felt amazing, and tend to bring in the money later, because sometimes we have so many hang-ups around money, because it is so important in our lives to live, that we tend to have a lot of blocks around it. And so if that is the case, then focus on the love first and the joy and the fun, and then move over to the money and the bees, if you like the bees analogy. But if bees aren't your thing, then maybe come up with another one, and please share with me in the comments, like, come back to this video or DM me, because I love to hear like any analogies that you've got. Okay, my lovelies, well, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you in the next video. Love ya. Bye.